Hey folks, welcome back. Guys, here it is. Star Wars Outlaws. Now, this is the game file that I've already been playing. I just actually finished the main storyline. However, after you finish, it kind of loads you back in before that whole final scene. And it gives you some new quests, and there's just more stuff to do. You can go back into your logs, or your journal, I should say, and you can still do all the quests that you hadn't done yet. Point in fact, a pirate's plight. That's the quest that just popped up right after I finished the game. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just kind of do some like after game stuff for now, and then on Switch 2 launch day, which is coming up here real soon, guys, 10 days away, I'll get into, you know, starting a brand new game. We'll start this party from the very beginning. I'll show you guys all the cutscenes. Amazing voice acting. I gotta tell you guys, the voice acting really sold this game for me. Not only that, the graphics are sharp, crisp, beautiful colors. Some of these cutscenes are so well put together. Some of these cutscenes were so well put together. Like, there were days I couldn't wait to log back in just to see what the next cutscene was going to be. I gotta tell you guys, some of them are just outright comedy. Especially NPC dialogue. Because again, guys, a lot of this stuff, it's in the voice acting, and it's in the dialogue, and it's in the cutscenes. It's like a Breath of the Wild in a different universe. The looting is there, the discovery element, it's all there. Excitement from just, you know, exploring a random pathway, it's there. Combat, super fun. There's like random hidden treasure. There's little question marks that'll pop up while you're just free roaming for, you know, some treasure chests or some random loot. It really is a lot of fun. Side quests, challenges, guys, it's all here. So much fun in this game. Okay, now notice you've got two cards. The yellow one is called Sand, the red one is called Blood. You don't necessarily need to worry about those terminologies. Just remember yellow cards and red cards. So when you go to draw, if I choose a yellow card, I have to discard a yellow card. You're only allowed to keep one of each in your hand at all times. So you can see one yellow card already face up. I don't want that 4 because I've already got one. And this one, you know, it could just be anything. The numbers go from 1 to 6. And the lowest you can get, the better, and you're going for a pair. So the ultimate hand would be a 1 from the Sand card and a 1 from the Blood card. That would be the best hand. Again, getting the numbers down as low as possible. There is a wild card. I don't remember what the game calls that one, but I'll just go ahead and draw here and you guys can see what's up. Now that thing you just saw pop up, that double draw or whatever, that's just a cheat. I don't like to use the cheats, I just like to play the game straight up. And check it out, guys. I have to discard one. Of course I'm getting rid of that 4. That gives me a pair of 1s. That is a winning hand. There is only one hand that can beat that, and that is if you get 2 of the wild cards. And there is only 1 wild card in each deck. So in other words, there's only 1 wild card in the Sand deck.
Something good.
And there's only 1 wild card in the Blood deck. Now, just for poops and giggles, I'm going to go ahead and draw that and just to see what I get. I can always, you know, discard. Haha, I got another 1. So there's 3 of each number, 1 to 6. So there's 3 1s, 3 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s, 3 5s, 3 6s. But there's only 1 wild card in each deck. So there's 2 decks here, technically. A Sand deck and a Blood deck. So it really doesn't matter which one I discard here. Unfortunately, now I'm going to give that to my opponent. Because the opponent will see that face up now in my discard. And they can absolutely take that. Oh, and they didn't, so they must not have a 1. Otherwise, they would have had a pair. So the goal is to have a pair. If you cannot get a pair, the next best thing is to get the lowest number possible. So say I were to get a 2 on this draw. I'm out of chips? What? Okay, now if that happens, good thing I can use one of my shift cards. You can only play these once during the entire match. So I can get 2 of my chips back, and I'm going to need to do that so I can actually
Bad news, everyone.
Make this draw here. That's a joker, by the way, an imposter. It's not technically a joker. Basically what happens with the imposter is you have to throw the dice at the end to see what value that has. So if you throw the dice and you get a 1, you're good to go. You're lucky. That pairs up with the 1 from the red deck. But, you know, that's a big chance to take, so I'm just going to go ahead and see what number this happens to be. So now if you don't get a pair, the next best thing is going to be to get this number as low as possible. 1 minus 1 would be 0, so that's a 0 value hand. That's what you want. A pair of 1s or a pair of anything actually is going to be a 0 value. So even if I had a pair of 3s, 3 minus 3 again is 0. So now if I were to keep this 3 and this 1 in the red deck over there, the difference between 3 and 1 is 2. Not a great hand. But sometimes it comes down to the wire like that. Sometimes nobody has a pair. So you just want to get your cards as low as possible at the end of the day. Okay, but of course I don't want that 3, so I'm going to go ahead and discard that. And I'll see what my opponent gets over there.
Drawing. What did I expect?
Prime Sabacc.
Alright, so I got my pair of 1s. That will most likely beat whatever he's got over there. And we are good to go. Now that takes all his chips. We win the game. If you have chips left, you can keep playing, so we would get another hand. But because I drained him of all his chips, or he drained himself of all his chips, I automatically win the entire match now.
Bad luck for you.
Booyah, baby. This is probably going to be a good table to learn, just because you only have one other opponent. It makes it a lot easier, a lot less confusing as to who's doing what. When you have 2 other NPCs sitting there, you know, a total of 3 opponents, it can get kind of confusing as to who's throwing which cards and who's throwing what shift cards, you know, for penalties and so on and so forth. But the more you do it, the more it'll catch on. So yeah, I just kind of recommend finding a table, play it a few times. Things will start clicking. I just noticed I got a little quest marker up there on my compass, and I think that's just taking me to a dealer or a vendor.
Hi.
I need, like, none of this stuff right now. Later in the game, you're going to have more than what you really need. Notice I got a lot of credits up there in the upper left. Really don't need them anymore.
Alright, let me know if you change your mind.
Alright, so just wanted to compare the voice and the strength of the voices from NPCs to mine. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one here. Guys, it was just a quick test video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I know that I didn't show much, but just kind of wanted to show you the lay of the land, what you can expect from graphics, and guys, they really are quite beautiful. Now I'm watching on a 4K TV with HDR, so the colors pop better. I notice on the recording window it's not quite as beautiful as it is on my TV, so what you see coming through the channel probably won't be as good as what you see when you throw the game up on your own TV. So guys, before I get into it, if you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, comment, I always appreciate that. Some of these cutscenes are so well put together. Ouch. Where was I?